Hey Jody, this is Jessica Peterson. I spoke with Matt earlier today and he thought you should be the one to probably see this video. So I'm super excited he accepted it on your behalf because I know the strategies that I'm about to show you are going to make a huge difference for your business. And I know that because we've used the same strategies with over 50 other restoration companies just like you, and it's made a huge difference. Now, you guys are currently getting about 100-ish people to your website per month, which isn't too bad. That's fairly decent. But you're also missing out on a ton of potential traffic that is coming to your site, or that should be coming to your site, and nearly 60% of jobs because you don't have the proper foundation set up, okay? So today we're going to talk about three major things. We're going to talk about your content keyword strategy, your citations, and your backlinks, okay? So we are here on your website. You have just a basic website set up with most of the foundation pages that you need. Google requires a separate page for every single service that you offer, and it does look like you probably do have that. Google wants to see everything focused on your one area. So if your main area is Denver, this homepage and every single one of these services should only be focused on the Denver location and the keywords related to that, okay? That allows you to focus every single page individually on that specific service, the keywords related to that service, and that locality. People get confused and the Google algorithm gets confused when a bunch of these services are jumbled onto a page or a bunch of different locations are on the page. Google algorithms doesn't quite know what to do with it. And so it's really hard, if Google doesn't understand, to send you the right type of customers, okay? So content is everything. Google does not rank based on appearance. It is based on content. And content includes images and icons. I'm looking for a real image. Those are blogs. I don't see any real images. So you guys have some icons here. But so content includes videos. It includes images and icons. These all need to be saved and optimized with your local keywords. Let's see, what's that? Taking a second to pop up. Is it going to pop up? Yep. 24/7 flood response water damage. So that's your brand and a national keyword. So if you're not servicing the entire United States, we need to stay local on those local keywords. So this needs to be Denver water damage remediation, Denver crawl space cleanup. We need those local keywords, and people often search differently. So it could be water damage restoration Denver, Denver water damage restoration. Capitalize on how people search to get the most potential volume to your website. So between your images and videos, you also have written content. You need a ton of written content throughout your website and this homepage. This homepage is the most important page of your entire website. It is supposed to tie all your other pages and services together into a nice little clean bow for Google to understand how everything works together. What type of services do you offer and where? Okay, so this homepage is critical for that. And so all of the information on this homepage needs to be around each of those services, but also the keywords for those services. 99% of the time people are searching for help, they will not ever use your business name because they don't know who you are. They know the service that they need, and that is what they're searching for. So we need to focus on the local buyer intent keywords like water damage restoration Denver, or water damage repair Aurora, or whatever your main area is, okay? And those are your buyer intent keywords. If you focus on words like restoration company Denver, those are informational keywords. So those keywords are not going to immediately convert into a job. We need to stay focused on the actual buyer intent so that we're not just getting people to your website we're able to convert them. That form you have at the bottom of the page, if you want to see conversions, you need your click-to-call phone number and your form at the very top of the page, okay? That's going to, once you start bringing people to the page, it's going to help you actually make the conversions, and that's the whole point, right? Get people here, convert them into customers. So you have to give them ways to do that. Your customers are not going to search for it. If you make them search, you've already lost them, okay? You don't have much time to get their attention. So put what they need at the very top of the page and make sure that you have call to actions throughout every single website page. Now, this page being the most important page of the website, this needs 1,500 words or more of content. If your competitors have 1,500 words, you need more. So you'll have to do 1,800 or 2,000. We always need more than our competitors, okay? So you've got to dial in a real keyword strategy and focus that content around that. Now, if we look at your top competitor in Denver, we do have ServPro, and yes, they're a franchise, but they're also very beatable. So you're not competing against everybody, just the franchisees locally, and they only service a few zip codes. So as a franchisee, they're given these generic pages that they cannot optimize. So you have an advantage. You can always do better than your competitors. Writing better quality content, more words of content, dialing in those local keyword strategies, getting that repetition of those keywords so they get indexed so Google can rank you. Adding more pages and more blog content. All of those things are going to help you to be able to outrank the local ServPro. Now, when your customers are doing searches, as we know, they'll do something similar to this. And we want your website to be what's showing up. And there's 3 main spots on the first page of Google that your business can get a good position in. And the first is always going to be ads. Those are your cost per click and local service ads. And these can be really profitable for you as long as you have the right foundation set up. But if you don't, it can be kind of like a money pit. So then we should focus on these other 2 areas instead. This area here, this is the Google Map Pack, the Google My Business page. You want your Google Business page to be in this top 3 because 30% of people come straight here and don't go anywhere else. So you need to be in this top 3 for each of your services in your area, or you're leaving 30% of your income on the table and sending those your customers to your competitors, okay? So in order to get in this top 3, there's several factors, but the most important are citations, and that is just listing the name of your business, your address, phone number, and website, and putting those in a bunch of directories. And directories are places like the Better Business Bureau, Yellow Pages, Yelp, Angie's, Houzz. All of those are great citations. You need more of those than your competitors have. And then every single one of those citations now sends information to Google about your business, the services you offer, and where. So that is important for your business. And then this last section here, this is the organic section. This is the most important section because 60 to 70% of people, they skip the ads, they skip the maps over here, and they come straight here. And so your website needs to show up for the services they're searching. So if your website is not showing up here, then you're losing 60 to 70% of your jobs every single month. So in order for your website to show up here, it all comes back down to the foundation of this website being properly built and optimized with the right type of content and keyword strategy, and then supporting that with your backlink SEO strategy. So this is Ahrefs, a paid tool we use to tell us how your website performs. We can see here you have a rating of a 6 out of 100, which means Google doesn't trust your website, and that is partly because of the quality of the content, but more so the power you're sending to your website. Like every tool you use, your website also needs power. We send power with backlinks. So we do need a lot of these backlinks. We need more than our competitors have. And we need to be sending them every single month. But not all backlinks are good backlinks, okay? The fact that you have 596 backlinks only 153 referring domains, which are the website that sends the backlink. And a score of a 6 tells us that majority of this is spam and is actually hurting you more than it's helping you. So we only want to go after good quality do follow links that are closely related to the services you offer. So this is your from other home service type businesses, vendors, magazines that are related. Okay, so we need the more of those good quality links that we have, the higher this score gets. And the more that Google trusts your website, the more it's going to promote your website higher to be found online. And it's going to help you rank those keywords, okay? So you've been indexed for over 200 keywords, and you are getting about 129 people to your website. But you're still missing out on hundreds and hundreds of potential traffic by not having these strategies in place. A bulk of your traffic is coming from your brand. And then you are ranked for a couple other keywords, like at Evergreen and Littleton, Castle Pines. Not sure how those are getting pulled up if you don't have service pages, although it does look like you do have service area pages, but they're probably buried somewhere. Service area pages are really important, and I can't audit them because I couldn't get to them. But having those pages are going to be critical to allow you to rank in each of the areas. But we don't just want a generic page for that area, that you need a separate one for each service in those areas, okay? But you are ranking for some of them, and some of them do have a little bit of volume, so you are getting a little bit of that traffic. But we just need to focus on those good local keywords and drive that good traffic, okay? If we look at your competitor, they have a low rating, but because the website as a whole is very strong with a 77, it's able to push that power to these back pages and these little franchise pages, okay? And so this one specific location in Denver is getting over 700 in traffic just to their location page, okay? And if you look at the keywords, these are all the good local money keywords, the high search volume, and their high ranking. So the higher you are to the top, the closer you are to first position, the more percentage of these keywords you're going to get. The top position can get anywhere from 37 to over 40% of the traffic for each of these keywords. And the further you go down in the rankings, the less that traffic you're going to get, okay? So again, these guys are absolutely beatable, but you do need to employ these strategies that I have just shown you today. So please feel free to take this information, run with it, and apply it, and start driving more traffic and helping more people. But if you'd rather focus on what you do best and have a partner in growth at Peterson SEO, this is our specialty, and we specialize in working with restoration companies just like you guys. So please feel free to reach out with any questions that you might have. Respond to my email or give us a call, and we would be happy to chat. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you soon.